Tails gets trolled is... You know what? I will not sugarcoat it. It is a f***ing mess with a hidden gold mine. The comic is a nonsensical sandbox mashup featuring a lot of recognizable and original characters. So naturally, it is perfect material for an FNF mod. It is hard to believe what resulted from this, so I'm going to break it down and show you what this mod has to offer. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. The art is a merging of the comics art style with that of FNF. This makes for an intentionally bad design with a polished appearance. Every character has their poses based on a specific emotion they are conveying. Sonic makes this obvious with his 3 sets of poses that vary slightly. He starts calm and peaceful, moves towards frustration, then into desperation. Tails tries to convey confidence, although having a stroke is probably not the way to do it. Shadow is stern with an aggressive kind of confidence, so when he gets frustrated, it is more hostile. After getting high with Knuckles, the two are carefree while tipsy, with a shader to add to it. Sonic then returns, consumed by rage. The backgrounds are simplistic, but with each chapter, they get more detail. To put this in perspective, Tails' background is pretty similar to the backgrounds you would find in Chapter 1 of the comic. The side stories, which is another name for free play, feature different versions of Sonic and Tails with almost identical poses. Tails' new look now works with the confidence he tries to portray, and the stage now has a galaxy theme. The green Sonic is Scourge the Hedgehog, an evil version of Sonic from the Archie comics. Then there is Super Sonic in a drip jacket, because why not? The polish of FNF and the charm of the comic make for a special kind of art style. The soundtrack is too good for what it is used for. The menu music brings excitement with its rock, preparing you for an action-packed adventure. Talentless Fox creates a space-like tune using a classic Sonic sound font. No Villains is a more intense, boss-like tune that expresses an encounter with a force that should not be taken lightly. Die Batsurds, yes, that is the name, is a rock-intensive, rough-em-up type of track. I particularly like the vocal flow here, and especially Boyfriend's trash talk. High Shovel feels like a cheerful celebration after a long day's work out in the field. The voices for these characters are not trying to be the official voices, but simply have a similar sound. Taste for Blood is a heavy metal song that plays to Sonic's seething rage, with his voice now having a darker sound. Surarin Fox is a remix of Talentless Fox that adds more of a dancing groove with the Sega Genesis sound font and occasional reverb from the voices. It also expands on the song with a whole new verse. No Heroes is a remix of No Villains that shifts the ominous mood to a menacing one since the opponent is now a villain. The next two are both called No Bitches, each one also being a remix of No Villains. The Monosaki mix gives the music more of an ancient times feel and uses reverb. The Penkaru mix has more of a calm, concentrated feel and is fairly quiet. Groovy Fox is a journey through a treacherous area in a classic Sonic game. The pause music has been remixed to have more groove while still serving as a waiting theme. The Game Over is lighthearted and casual, keeping spirits high despite the heavy atmosphere of the gameplay. All in all, it is a thoroughly well-made soundtrack. The charts for these songs are quite difficult. None of these songs are beginner-friendly, not even the easiest song. That being said, you gain and lose health at a slower rate, giving a sense of more health and allowing room for error. Talentless Fox is a fair intro to the mod, although No Villains kicks it up a few notches. In spite of their difficulty, the charts are very enjoyable to play. Chapter 3 also offers additional mechanics. In Die Batsurds, Shadow will shoot at you. This dodge mechanic is unique by having it function as a note. It will make its way towards the strum line, and your accuracy on that note will determine how much damage you take. If you miss, you will die, so hitting that note should be a higher priority. The song also utilizes slider velocity, making the notes move in unique patterns to support the song's mood. Towards the end of High Shovel, the notes start appearing when near the strum line, giving you less time to react. Taste for Blood has the strum line move around a lot, including changing the scroll direction and sometimes the strum line's orientation. It features the same mechanic as High Shovel, along with its opposite, where the notes will vanish as they near the strum line, forcing you to memorize them. The gameplay creates a unique, entertaining experience. Wait, what? No. No. Fuck. The writing for this mod dedicated itself to embracing and expanding on the source material.
I'm so mad! I'm gonna have sex with my girlfriend, so don't be so mad.
Those cutscenes are essentially animated comic panels, and the story has boyfriend and girlfriend being the original trolls, until said trolls make a brief appearance. A lot of the names are based on the comic, from song names to menu items. The same can be said about the design of certain menus, while the others play to the soundtrack. Then there are the multiple possible title screens that would greet you at the start. Boyfriend and Girlfriend kept getting different designs with each chapter, but it seems they reached a final look, and I think it fits well. You can choose which version of Girlfriend appears during songs, but Boyfriend is always determined by the song itself. The newest Boyfriend has new game overs, while the older ones have the original game over. You can access the original comic. There is a locked side story category, and I happened to find this random button. Enabling it did not seem to do anything, so the mod might be trolling me. It is funny, clever, and faithful to the source material while having some unique aspects. That is the end of this journey. Here's a recap of my scores for the mod. Tails Gets Trolled is too good for what it is based on. There are so many well-made components for a joke of a concept. This is not even the only mod like this, and that raises a valid question. If this mod has such tremendous quality, why do other mods not strive for the same? Do not get me wrong, there are mods with ridiculous quality, but if a premise like this can be so well crafted, more mods should be aiming high. To cement this statement, let me show you the greatest tutorial ever created.
3, 2, 1, go!